Well, at least it was an eventful day. Alright, so let's get to it. So, JT Jonathan Taylor was not traded to the Dolphins. There was no deal. And according to Schefter, no deal. Indianapolis did not find what it felt was fair value offer for Jonathan Taylor, and it is not trading its all-pro running back today, league sources tell ESPN. With no trade materializing today, Taylor now is expected to remain on the physically unable to perform list, making him ineligible to play the first 4 games of the season. Taylor now is expected to miss games versus the Jaguars, at the Houston, at Baltimore Rams. That last part we don't care about. The point is that he is not a Miami Dolphin. All right. Now, I know that Dolphin fans are disappointed, and rightfully so. But honestly, what did you guys expect? Right? If you were one of those that was on Twitter listening to some of these people with 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers, I won't call any names, but if you're listening to these people and thinking to yourself that, hey, they have sources, so JT is definitely coming. How do I even break it to you that, bro? It's just sad for you, innit? I became a fan of the NFL overall, like American football in 2020, and a Dolphin fan in 2020, right? And I know when it comes to the Dolphins, there's a special voodoo on this team, all right? So there's nobody you can really trust unless it's Schefter. If it's not coming from Schefter's mouth, then don't get your hopes up when it comes to this team. Like, if there's a way, this team will find a way to fail. You get me? Or to let you down. But this is not on Chris Greer whatsoever. This is not even on Chris Ballard. This is 100% on Jim Irsay. And honestly, I wanted JT to come to the Dolphins, but as soon as like 12 o'clock hit today, I knew that there would not be a deal in place. I knew that we would not be getting JT because Jim Irsay is a special kind of person. Just look at this man, fam. Does this man look like a sane person to make any type of deals with? Genuinely asking. Jim Irsay needs to go and try to save the whales and just leave the football thing. Like, get it done. But no, we just need to free my boy JT still. Like, the Colts need to free my boy JT until it's backwards. You get me? It's kind of it's sad though that we didn't get him, but it is what it is. This does not mean that we won't go back in for him before the trade deadline ends. And I think that we will before October 31, the trade deadline. I think there's still a chance to get JT, right? So JT will miss the first 4 weeks. And well, before I even get to that, this doesn't even make sense for the Colts because JT is now on the PUP list, right? And he's on the PUP list, so he's missing the first 4 games. So it's going into the season. If he's missing these games, how does it make sense for you to get the trade that you think is fair for JT? If it's going into the season and he's missing games, you're not going to get a better package than what the Dolphins gave you now. That he's missing the first 4 games and he does not like. JT himself liked a tweet where he said that you guys are holding him hostage. Like, the relationship has soured. Why can't Jim Irsay understand this and just get rid? Just let him come to Miami so that we can finally go on and win a Super Bowl. I don't know why he's a hater. Like, Jim Irsay is a hater for real, fam. You get me? But anyway, that's not the point. So, this team will be a pass first team as usual. Our running backs are good right now, but they're not JT. All right. But it will be a pass. How I picture the perfect season going. Right. It will be a pass heavy offense at first, which will help my agenda of Tua being MVP. So the first few games, like the first 8 games, September, October games, very pass heavy, Tua leading the MVP race, all that. And then right at the trade deadline, we go in and get JT to help with the November, December games when times get colder. So I expect Miami to still get JT at the end of the day because Jim Irsay must come to his senses by October. Like, genuinely must come to his senses by October. Or Chris Ballard will just talk to him and say, yo, you need to get rid of JT. Or we need to get rid of JT so that we can build around Anthony Richardson properly. Right? Because he's not going to play for y'all anymore. Like Colts fans, he's not going to play for y'all. And he just wants to play for Miami. So understand that. At least that's what I think. Let me not just say it like that, but at least that's what I think. That he just wants to play for Miami. But yeah, that's it on the JT story. I'm not going to get too deep into it or think anymore about it. It is what it is. We didn't get him, so be it. We'll come back in for him at the trade deadline. But other things did happen. Our boy Noah Igbenogany is now a Cowboy. He got traded to the Cowboys for Kelvin Johnson. So, not to be like disrespectful to the players or anything, but for both players, it's basically let me trade my trash for your trash. It's basically that. Noah was a first round pick in 2020, and he just did not pan out for us for whatever reason. Well, let me tell you the reason. Noah is very good at sticking with his man. He's very fast, and Noah rarely ever gets beaten. But Noah just has no ball instincts. He's always right there to make the play, but he never makes the play because he cannot track the ball, right? And I understand that. I think he was a receiver and he got converted into a cornerback because he didn't have hands or something like that. But he was a project that just didn't work out, right? And I don't know much about Kelvin Johnson, but he was a 2021 pick for the Cowboys, and I guess for whatever reason he didn't work out for them as well. So maybe this switch for both of them will be good for both. So I hope that it will be a win-win, because I do like Noah. Noah is a good person. He's young still, and he just needs to find his feet. I thought that he was going to based on training camp, but then the last week of training camp or so he was just bad again. So that's what happened with Noah. Another trade that happened. Chris Greer loves his trades. Dan Feeney for a 6th round pick from the Bears, and I thought that was an excellent trade because we got the money off the books. I think he was set to make $3.2 million, and the dead cap was $2.05 million. So we have $1.2 million more to spend. And we all thought that was for JT, but I digress. But yeah, we have $1.2 million more to spend. And that we got it and we got a 6th round pick as well in return. Dan Feeney was never going to make this team, so it's all good, it's all cool, to be honest. So the 53-man roster also came out today. As I said, it's an eventful day, so a lot of cuts happened, a lot of guys got waived, and a lot of them will be back on the practice squad. So like Mitchell Agude, Cameron Good, those type of guys, I think that they'll be great for the practice squad. Elijah Higgins, those type of guys will be great for the practice squad. So they got cut today to come back to the practice squad, I think, for the Dolphins, right? And then Chosen, that was a surprising cut, was Robbie Chosen. But as it relates to Robbie, I think it's a case where him being a veteran as well, he got cut so that the Dolphins, the players that we have on IR that are injured, that will go on IR tomorrow, because if you just put them on IR for now, they will never be able to play for the season. So tomorrow you can put them on IR, and then they can come back after 4 weeks, and like in Ramsey's case, 8 weeks or whatever time it takes him to get over that knee injury. So when they put the guys on IR tomorrow and they sort out the roster how it should be sorted, then I think that Chosen will come back and be a part of the 53 for the Dolphins, as well as had like some guaranteed money if he stayed on the team. I think it's at 1.something million that will be guaranteed if he stayed on the team, so that the Dolphins know what they're doing, and Chosen will be a Dolphin, I believe, right? So don't feel some type of way about Chosen not being there. Also, Cedric Wilson restructured his contract, which we all thought meant something for the Jonathan Taylor trade, and I'm going to stop bringing that up because it's kind of sad, I won't lie. Jim Irsay genuinely is a clown, and he's very annoying, but that's just how it is. But yeah, that's basically it for the Dolphins. And guys, I'll be doing, this channel is mostly a football, Premier League football type of channel, like real football channel. But I do really, really enjoy the NFL, and since the season is coming up, I'll be talking a lot more on the NFL this year. Um, just talking on the games and the Dolphins and hoping that we win a Super Bowl this year. So I'll be talking a lot on the Dolphins this year. But yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed this content. And if there's any more news to break, I will let you know. The 53-man roster is out. Oh, also Chris Brooks made the 53-man roster, so at least that's good. We didn't get JT, but we have Chris Brooks. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Big up yourself again, guys, and peace.